to do a fade in, fade out in GarageBand on a single track. It's fairly easy once you know how. I'm going to turn off the count in and the click there. I'm going to drop in an already edited episode of my own podcast, Ministry Mondays, a little plug there. And I'm used to working with 4 tracks at a time, me, my 2 co-hosts, and our intro and outro tracks. And so I'm going to go ahead and create those just for the sake of having our Ministry Mondays intro track down here on audio track 4. I'll drop that in as well. Now, I usually work in time rather than beats since we're working with podcasts and not music. What I want to show you is this. You see here 4 different tracks, and you can see that, of course, you can control the overall volume for any one of these tracks, but you don't see an obvious way to do the fade in and fade out. What you want to do, and this may seem unintuitive until you know how GarageBand works, is come up here to mix, and you're going to do create volume fade out on main output. So that's going to give you this additional hidden track, which is actually the master track for your entire project. And you can fade in the entire project, fade out the entire project from this track. And the way that you would do that is you would click on these points here, and you can fade in and fade out. And so now this would fade the entire track or not fade the entire track if you got rid of it. And you could come over here, you could create a fade out as well. And you can see I already did that on my intro track, quite a while ago. That's all well and good, but you may not actually want to change your overall track to support fade in and fade out for every single track in your project. Instead, you want to fade one of these tracks. Well, if you click on it while you're in this mode, you have the option of creating points on this line, and you can now fade that track in or out. And for the sake of not having a million different audio tracks playing,
I'm Jordan Fontenot. I'm Chris Dunning. And I'm Paul Cartwright. And this is Ministry Mondays.
Okay, so that's coming out of my speakers on my my Mac here, but essentially you see now that I've created a fade in, and if I wanted to do the same and create a fade out, I'm going to scroll all the way across here, and you can do this and create a fade out, and there you go. It's pretty simple and straightforward. Of course, you also see down here we've got the master fade out, so I have that taken care of. If I want to get out of this mode, I click on this here, okay? And you can see I'll hover over it, show/hide automation. If you hide it, you're then free to go in and, split your tracks and all that jazz here, so that you can, edit it and drop out the ums and ahs and that I usually take out of my own podcast. But the good news is you can always go back in and adjust your volume levels to your heart's content across the entire waveform. Hope that's helpful. Have a great day.